r/AskReddit. What is the best, non-sexual, feeling in the world? Being in a soft, warm bed when you're tired and don't have to get up tomorrow. Until the homeowner comes in. Or the homeowner wakes up. Waking up feeling actually refreshed. I hope I'll get to experience that one day. Waking up and thinking you have to work and then realizing it's your day off. Even better when it's a 3-day holiday weekend and your alarm goes off because you had it set for the weekdays. It's always a slight panic, but the relief is worth it when you get to dive back under your weighted blanket. When you hug someone, then start to let go and they hold on just a split second longer than you do. Finally getting that piece of food out from between your teeth. Finally getting out the water that got in your ears. Stepping on a crunchy leaf. The worst would be stepping on a leaf you expect to be crunchy, but it is not. The worst would be stepping on a leaf you expect to be crunchy, but it turns out TKB covering some dog poo. When you're laying bed and one nostril is kind of plugged, so you roll to your side so that nostril is on top. Then gravity does its work and just for a split second, everything clears out as it drips down and you can breathe amazingly and fall asleep. Taking off your socks after a long day of work and scratching where the elastic band sat all day. He said non-sexual mate. Someone rubbing your back or the little hand squeezes someone gives you. Getting into bed after a really long exhausting day. Taking a shit can be very relieving. Taking a good shit, you know the one, where you feel the relief even an hour after the deed was done. The kind of shit that calls for a poop knife because it's so healthy and you didn't need to pinch anything off. Knowing you have the day off tomorrow. That smell after it rained on a summer day. Drinking a beer you were looking forward to all day at work. Meeting friends that you've not seen for a long time. But from the first second it's like you've seen each other the day before. Cancelling plans on something you really didn't want to do. Yeah, sucks for the kids waiting at preschool but it's a great feeling. Sneezing is technically the closest thing to an orgasm one can experience non-sexually. It has to do with the anticipation and build up before the sweet release a sneeze brings. Let them rip. I have friends that hold them in and I'll never understand it. It feels like your head grows every time you hold a sneeze in. For me it's that feeling when I step out of the shower and feel clean scrubbed all over, with my hair washed and my legs shaved etc. Hot shower, lights off, Bluetooth speaker in the bathroom, drinking an ice cold craft beer and peeing all at the same time. This sounds a lot like my brother. Learning something mind-blowing, especially if it's within a topic you've spent a lot of time thinking about. Making someone laugh. Curled up in bed and hearing the sound of pouring rain on the roof outside. The first sip of the first cup of coffee of the day. Getting into a bed with clean sheets after take a shower. Taking a piss you've been holding for far too long. Waking up so sure that it's already time to get up but you actually have an hour or more to sleep. Looking over at the person you love and remembering all the reasons you fell in love with them in the first place. Literally just being held, like, hold me PLS. Sleeping, if that doesn't count, then code that runs the first time without issues. Taking off my bra after a long day. Oh yes, definitely feeling this at the moment. One thing I miss about living with mum. Definitely how often I could go braless and no one batted an eyelid. When somebody throws something at you with no warning and you catch it on reflex in one hand like you're some superhuman. Then people stare at you and the virgin that was watching suddenly becomes pregnant. Having someone fall asleep on your lap shoulder. Someone else massaging your scalp with just a teeny tiny bit of fingernails. Shaving your legs and getting in fresh sheets. I like cuddling with my girl and my face buried in her chest with the faint smell of perfume and her nails lightly scratching my head as I'm falling asleep. I typically knock out within like 10 minutes. Taking off ski boots after a day on the hill. This was supposed to be non-sexual. Don't know about best, but going to the gym and lifting what used to be your max weight and thinking it's lighter than it used to be. The feeling of improvement, to phrase it generally. Cleaning your ears. Sleep without alarm. Waking up in the morning with the feeling that you didn't move once in your sleep, just 8 hours of pure uninterrupted sleep. Finding that one song you did not remember the name, but remember only some of the lyrics. The warm sun on your skin on a perfect day. The feeling of release and emptiness after doing a big shit. Getting an A on a test you studied really hard for. When your cat pats you with her paw, then falls asleep on your hand. As a man, being complimented is pretty damn good, and that feeling can stay with you for a long time. A cold cola on a hot summer day. Ice ducking cold. Stepping into jacuzzi on a winter night. A cold beer on the couch after working outside in the heat on your feet all day. Going for a pee after you have had to hold it in for a long time because you were driving. When the beat drops. Finding out your new pants dress has pockets. My cat picking my lap to sit on after a long day of work. Earbud plus ear equals orgasm. When you've finally beaten that boss you've died countless times to win a game. That feeling when you get into your bed with fresh clean sheets. Plugging the charger cord in first try in the dark. The first one that has always been good is the feeling when you get home from school or work and can relax. The next one that I experienced is when my kids come and give me a hug or tell me that they love me. Nothing beats that. To watch your student, disciple or child self-actualize, excel and prosper. For me it's taking a super hot bath with bath bombs, bonus points if they're a luxury kind, or turn the bath fun colors because I'm basically 12 on the inside. Watching YouTube on my phone or playing video games. Pro tip. Keep towels nearby and your hands over the edge of the tub at all times to prevent dropping your expensive shit in the water. Enjoying a joint or a cigarette and just forgetting about the rest of the world until the water's too cold to sit in. Witnessing your parents' loved one smile and talk about you with pride in their eyes. I'm big on family and have met them after a long time. I love them so much. It's an amazing feeling. Probably MDMA. A dip in the mountains hot springs. The one thing in life I cannot have enough of, that and Nuka-Cola. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content. It's free and that's a great price.